Hi guys, so sorry for the late entry. Had some Wi-Fi issues. Of course, that was given because we are in Mercury retrograde since July 18th. But thank you so much for coming, everyone. Now, without further ado, for anyone who is interested in getting a tarot reading, you know what to do. It's $5 and the instructions are down below. I'm only accepting payments right now for Cash App and PayPal. Okay? I am doing really well. Thank you so much for asking. Catching up some horoscopes since I'm trying to add that back into the mix. So once I catch up with all of the horoscopes by the end of August, I'm hoping. And I want to do all the horoscopes for the rest of the year by the end of August. Once I catch up with all of it, then we'll go back to normal, Monday through Friday, $5 tarot readings. How are you, Taco? Yes, I do remember that. Or I saw tens of millions. That's what I saw. But definitely over a million. What about that? Are we seeing progress with that now? Ooh, well, give us some details. I need to know what's going on. How much has it grown this month? And it is Mercury retrograde, so maybe a lot of the stuff that has been delayed, we're going to be seeing progress with that this Mercury retrograde. I went onto an all-time high. Perfect. Have you reached a million at least? Have we gotten there yet? At least, hopefully, 900,000. How would you say you've at least reached a million yet or not yet? Let me know. Okay. Well, as long as it grew, I am happy to hear that. How do you feel about it? Oh, yes. Yes. And I think I said it was going to start, you were going to see that this year, right? That you were going to see that kind of money turn into millions this year, right? I don't know if I told you specifically when this year or if we did talk about that, but yeah. How exciting. Okay. Okay. Sweet. Love it. Wow, Colombia. How exciting. Going with wifey or friends? That sounds fucking dope. That sounds really fucking dope. 500 a month, you cannot beat that. Oh, sweet. I'm assuming you're going alone because you're gonna be doing business first, or you're gonna be settling things out first and then she comes? Is that the idea? Oh, right. So you're fixing up the nest for your family. You're fixing up the little nest in Colombia for your family. How sweet. Well, so it seems like stock market is doing well. You're headed to Colombia pretty soon. That sounds amazing. So what is your question for me tonight? That's right. I remember that. I remember that. Please read into the current stalemate situation with the Virgo and how this resolves. Okay. Let's see what tarot deck I'm going to be using for you. Alrighty, so we are going to be using The Influence of the Angels Tarot by Jody Baczynski Barbassi. Open to play ball. What do you mean? What do you mean open to play ball? What do you mean by that? Alrighty, so let's go ahead and pick out your cards. And let's see what's going on with this person. It's almost like he just wants to release this responsibility. Why is he all of a sudden feeling that way? Then again, Virgos can have that non-committal energy, especially if they have Sagittarius as a moon sign, as a rising sign, or even having Libra or Aquarius as their moon or rising. So, especially if it seems like he's still open, just temporarily being stubborn. Okay. All right. Yeah, because I see this thing where it's like he wants to release this burden or responsibility, and I think he even wants to talk about that. But at the same time, with the Six of Cups, he does want to reunite with you again, and I think he wants to make that apparent. Well, I don't think he's going to turn down the offer or continue with no, not giving you your money. But I do see that he's going to disappear again. And I don't see a lot of contact between you and him when that happens. But I did ask the cards, does that mean that he ultimately is not going to help you anymore from here on out? And the cards keep telling me no. And I remember that was something we discussed in the previous live stream. And it's still telling me the same. It's basically telling me that, no, I don't think he's going to turn it down, but I do see that he's going to ghost. And I don't see communication between you and him anymore. But I do see that he's going through this inner conflict where he wants to release this responsibility. He just wants to get out of it. And this might be something he might start discussing or might start talking about. Okay. With the Page of Swords in reverse, like part of him wants to just flat out just cuss you out. This card right here in his thoughts tells me that he fantasizes about just cursing you out and just going off on you. So he might be holding off right now, or at least you're not seeing a lot of the jerkness from him. But I do see that, if you are not seeing much of it, it's really because he really does want to go off on you. He's just holding off. And I think part of him is telling him, like, I think he's trying to do this thing where it's like, instead of going off on people, he wants to do this thing where, like, why can't I just tell people about my frustrations instead of just being an asshole? So I think he's trying to do something different this time, where it's like, he really wants to go off on you, but it's like he knows the core of the reason why he's so upset with you, why he's going off. And it's really because he wants to release this responsibility with you. And again, like, he wants to talk about it, whether he is or he isn't. The cards are not telling me that in this spread, but it is telling me right here that, the reason why you see him around is because he definitely wants you around. But things are going to be different from here on out. In the bottom of the deck, you do have the Ace of Swords. So I do think that things are going to be different from here on out. He did last night. Yes, well, of course. Yeah. He sent a message. So let's go ahead and see. Do we see him sending you any money anytime between now and the very end of July 2025? No. And that's going to stress you out. I think in a way it's going to trip you out a little bit, But let's see in August 2025. Oh, he cursed you out yesterday? Okay. Well, it's probably not super bad because it's telling me right here that the cards are saying it could have been worse. And he still wants to do more of it, but he's really holding off because he knows the core of the reason. He's very well aware of the core of the reason why he's acting so abrasive towards you. And it's because of that. Like I said, he wants to release this responsibility, but that is a personality trait of Virgo. Virgos can have a problem with commitment. They're definitely not the parental type. Some people are going to be really upset that I say this, but I only say it from experience. And I have a sibling who's a Virgo, and they're not very maternal. They're just not. And they're just not. They're super cold. You know what they're good for? Being a college professor. Virgos are very good at being college professors. They really are. I've had teachers who were Virgos, men and women alike. And of course, if they were anything in between, then they were. I'm not sure if they were or not. But I just feel like Virgo just doesn't do well with having children. Unless they had like some Cancer in their chart, they don't do well with children. They're just not maternal. They're not parental figures. They're just not. But that's what I'm seeing in this situation. So let's go ahead and see. Do we see the money in August? Coming up right if we see the Virgo sending Max, Taurus, any money. Whoa, August? Yeah. You'll see money in August, okay? You'll definitely see money in August. Hi, you're hippie. You're more than welcome to send a donation, either through Cash App or PayPal, whenever you're ready. So yeah, you'll see the money in August. And like I said, the cards are telling me as far as right now, he's still pretty upset. He still wants to go off on you, but he's really holding back. He knows why he's so upset with you and why he's so aggressive with you. And it's that he wants to release you. He wants you to fly your wings or expand your wings and fly out of the nest. That's what he wants. Yeah. Okay, what solves it? I think it's more of the fact that he's just going to see that him acting this way is not going to bring him anywhere. Yeah, with the Knight of Pentacles, it's telling me that, he slowly but surely wants to move forward. But I think once he sees that, your relationship isn't moving forward, and I think he's going to even notice from you on your end that you're being protective of yourself. So I do feel like it's, whenever you don't see the money, you're just going to put this huge wall that's going to be apparent even over the phone. And prioritize yourself. Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. And I pulled an advice card and I got the 5 of Cups, and I feel like this is basically saying for you, just don't cry over spilt milk. Don't dwell over it. With him in particular, Ace of Wands in reverse. Yeah, if I were you, just come off dismotivated, not interested in having conversations with him, and not interested in engaging with him. I think when you show him that you're not interested in engaging with him and having any form of communication, hence that 7 of Pentacles, that's when you'll see movement. And it will happen in August. All right, so one card flew out as I was picking out your 6 cards, and it's the 8 of Cups. I'm gonna leave it back here on my, uh, tarot, table. Woo, another one flew out. Justice. Okay, I'm gonna leave it right here, and then in the bottom of the deck, as your overall theme, you do have right here King of Wands in reverse, and then we have Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Three of Swords, Ten of Swords, Knight of Wands in reverse, and Page of Swords. So basically, I asked the plan that you have set for July 31st, would it help you with getting the desired financial results from the Virgo? I got a yes. I got a yes. Keep the communication alive, keep working through it. Your challenge, yeah, right now he has no direction. Right now he has no plan. Um, all he knows is that he's frustrated and he wants to release this responsibility. But it's really just coming out from, I think it's more like he's indecisive about helping you out rather than him set on the idea that of like, no, I am no longer going to help Max. I think he's more on the indecisive part stage. I don't think he's like made up his full-on mind where he's like, I am no longer going to help Max. I think he's being a stalemate because with that King of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Wands in reverse, I think he's still indecisive. So I think the cards are kind of telling me right here that there is room to try to convince him back into helping you. Yes. So I do think that your plan will work. And your plan will work because he's not like necessarily full on just like, I'm no longer going to help Max anymore. So you have that room to work him up to what you want. Okay, 5K from the Virgo on August 14th. Well, I mean, we did ask, if you will get the financial results that you want from him. But yeah, we can ask if you'll get 5K from him on August 14th. Okay, so let's see. Will you get 5K from him on August 14th? right, so in the bottom of the deck as your overall theme, you do have right here the Nine of Wands in reverse. And then for your reading, we do have Ten of Cups in reverse, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the Moon in reverse, Queen of Pentacles, the Chariot in reverse, and the Six of Pentacles. Now, I got a no for this one. Your challenge with the Chariot in reverse, you're dealing with someone who's not going to cooperate with you. The Chariot in reverse is someone who's not working as a team, someone who is unwilling to work as a team. And with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, yes, we're not seeing forward movement, most especially with an Earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Again, like, I just feel like he kind of just wants to run away from his responsibilities, like I just see that from him. Like, part of him just kind of wants to like disappear and kind of just be like, I love you, Max, and I love you as a son with all my heart, but I'm gonna love you from far away, and where you can no longer touch me, you can no longer ask anything from me. I just see him like doing that or wanting to express that. All right, so to answer this question, 5K in August 14th, no, but obviously 3K that we talked about earlier, yes. Okay, so. Alrighty, any other questions for me? Well, I don't remember that reading so much per se, or us really talking about finances. All I know is that you are going to get that 3K. The 3K you're requesting July 31st. The 5K for mid-August, I don't see it. I don't see you getting it. Would you get the 5K later? The 5K you're requesting you will be requesting on August 14th or wanting to have by August 14th. Will you get that money later? No. Three of Pentacles in reverse. He's just not going to work with you. Will he give you a different amount in August? No. So you're only going to get those 3K then in August specifically. Well, the answer would be yes. You'll get the money. You'll probably even get the money on July 31st, the day that you ask for it. But any other money, then would you have to do anything to get more money in August? No, he's just not going to engage in any conversation with you if you ask for money. Like, I can see that he's being such a Virgo about it, you know? And I'm getting 5 of Swords. Then again, we are in Mercury retrograde right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's feeling argumentative and wanting to disappear and reappear. I think he's kind of in that mindset right now. And everyone is kind of being that way in this retrograde, I've noticed. Just very spicy. Okay, let's see. Would you receive any other money other than the 3K you're requesting on July 31st? Would you receive any other money in August 2025 from your father, the Virgo? No, I keep getting no. And with the 4 of Cups in reverse, it's going to make you you're going to be pretty dissatisfied. You're going to be thinking a lot about your future, and the fact that he is just not cooperating with you might cause problems between you and him also as well in your union with him. And with the 7 of Pentacles, you're going to be wondering, like, should I continue entertaining him? Like, I see you thinking that way by the end of August. You're just like, well, if he's not going to, I just see you thinking that way. Well, hypothetically speaking, like, if he doesn't help me anymore, then I'm just no longer going to entertain him. I'm just going to let him go. Like, I just see you thinking that way. Okay. Will you reach 500,000 or more by the end of August 2025 with your gains from XRP specifically? No. What about 400,000 or more by the end of August 2025 with XRP? No, that's not realistic. Then give me a number. Give me a number. I don't know how these things work, so give me a number and I'll ask. Significant gains. All right, let's see. Will you have any significant gains? King of Pentacles. Oh, shit. I'm going to take that as a yes. I do see significant gains by the end of August 2025. Yes. That's awesome. King of Pentacles, you're going to be pretty satisfied, as a matter of fact. Any other questions? All right, so I went ahead and I did a general reading, specifically focusing on your highlights for September. And the cards are telling me, I think what your main highlight is going to be is about how you have no cooperation from family members. We know who that's talking about. The Virgo, just in case you needed me to say it. But this month, as your overall theme with the King of Wands, you're definitely going to be the man of action. You have right here representing yourself the King of Wands. And I feel like this is more of a personality trait or a persona that they want you to partake more of, at least for the month of September 2025, in the sense of like, be the man of action and don't dwell over things. Don't let anything get you to a point where you're dwelling over things, because I do see what's known to be true, Three of Swords in reverse. There's going to be resentment. There's going to be resentment that's going to be coming up. And it's going to be mainly because with the Hanged Man, you're going to be doing a lot of planning. You're going to be doing a lot of things in the background to continue your situation with the Virgo. And I think that I really do have a feeling that that in itself is what is going to cause the resentment, because I feel like the more you think about it, the more you plot, the more you plan to try to get him to work with you, you're going to be thinking to yourself like, oh, what an ass, what a drag, like he could just simply help me, you know? And alrighty, so I see a lot of resentment in your heart. And I feel like a lot of this has to do, then again, we're going to still be a Mercury retrograde. I think another thing you're going to be thinking about is how things used to be so smooth in the past. Maybe not necessarily with the Virgo, it could be just in general, maybe just your life, maybe a couple years ago or a few years ago. It just seemed a lot simpler or just a lot easier, or it wasn't as complicated. Or if it is specifically about your relationship with him, then this is basically telling me right here then that you're going to be thinking a lot about how that's right, you are right, it does end in August. You're going to be thinking a lot about how uncomplicated things were, basically. This is something that is going to stress you out. So I see a lot of stress, resentment, plotting. But at the same time, let me double check if this is him or him. This is how he thinks of you. Yeah, I feel like this is him. The Virgo, the Devil in reverse with the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like this is basically saying for you right here that he's going to choose to prioritize himself. And why? Because I think he's kind of over it. I think he's kind of over this cycle between you and him. Hopes, fears, and or advice. We do have the Star. The cards are telling me to stay positive. Stay positive. But I do see that you and him will be coming into this new chapter in your relationship with him, because I think he's going to make it very apparent that uh, feels burdened by this situation. I don't think he's ready to let you go because the Ten of Wands is upright. But it is really telling me right here that he's feeling burdened. So he's not ready to cut the cord. Remember, we talked about how he isn't fully being like, I don't want to help you anymore, or I don't want to, like, you know, be there for you like that anymore. But I do see that he's being a stalemate because he is in this place where he's like, should I not? I think it's more of the should I not? That's why we're seeing the stalemate thing. And I feel like he wants to talk to you about it if he hasn't already. And yeah. Yeah. Yes. In October. I do see you receiving money from him in September. Eventually, yes, I do see him giving you money in September. But as far as October, we see him doing that again, being the stalemate. We did talk about the highlights, like I said, for September, right? For October, I think he's going to do the same thing, okay? Where he's going to be a stalemate. He's going to be telling himself, I don't want that responsibility, holding off. Because I think he's going to be in this phase of wanting to be frugal with his money. That's in the position of the other person. And a lot of it is going to be out of immaturity. But I do think that in October in general, I think you're going to be a lot more centered and you're going to feel good. You're going to be good. I do think even coming from September into October, if you keep yourself grounded in October specifically, you'll feel even more grounded, even more centered, even more at peace with yourself. than in comparison to September, because I do feel like with September, like we saw, a little bit of resentment, especially in the middle of plotting things and thinking about the past and how things were just not so complicated in the past. Why do they have to be complicated now? I'm seeing issues with a relationship. I'm going to see if this is with you and wifey or with you and a relative. I do see issues with you and a blood relative. Does this also mean with your wife? No. So yes, I'm seeing issues with a blood relative. Let's see if this has to do with your father. No. As a matter of fact, I think your dad. Honestly, yeah. It could be about your grandmother. Yes. And as a matter of fact, I'm really seeing this thing about wanting to keep you out of it. Yeah, I'm seeing issues with grandma. And I'm pretty sure the passing might happen during that time. I feel like if you try to see grandma during October, it's going to be really hard for you to do so, especially with the Virgo. If you really want to go out of your way and see this person, see your grandmother, you're going to have to really think outside the box with the Hierophant in reverse. With strength as your hopes, fears, and or advice, I do feel like this is kind of just one of those hopes where I feel like you're going to really feel good about yourself spiritually, emotionally. You're going to feel really good. Like, I don't even feel like it's just confidence. I feel like it's beyond confidence and pride. I just feel like it's one of those things where you're going to be overseas. Well, I don't think it's just the fact that you're going to be on vacay mode. Like, I think it's going to be one of those things where you're going to feel very grounded, very much. I don't know if it's going to be because you're going to be in nature a lot. But I just see you grounded, stable, feeling really good. So, any other questions for me? I think we have one more for you. Unless, of course, you want to go ahead and send another donation, which you obviously know you can do. Yes, I saw that. I saw that in the cards. Yep, it would just create a lot of drama. Will you find out about your inheritance, or will you get news about that in October? Yes, and you got this card on the previous reading too. Yeah, you will hear news about your inheritance in October. Oh, you did send an extra donation. Just saw that. Sorry, I think I have my phone on silent. Alrighty. Well, you're more than welcome to ask more questions. You have 3 more. 3 more. Yes. So that means 55. You have 3 more questions with me. Thank you for the extra donation. You have 5 more questions left. I think I'm right. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and ask your next question. Oh, okay. Would it ever be a good idea to send Virgo the photo I have? Would it bring results or be a detriment? Okay, let's see. Would sending the picture be a good idea? Would it bring you closer to what your goal or your desired outcome would be with him? Well, the cards are telling me you don't have to. You don't have to. As a matter of fact, don't do it. If you don't, you will get what you want. If you do end up sending the picture, I still see a bit of a stalemate in him, and I think it would just piss you off. Like I just see that it would frustrate you. Like, what? Like, I just see you being like, what? Really? You know? I wouldn't do it. But I did ask if not sending it, would that help you achieve the desired outcome that you want, financial results? And I got the Fool, which was great. Yes. So I do think you're going to get the news from family. So this could be your aunt that we've spoke about. This could be your father. So I do think that you'll get the news from family, because I did ask if maybe a lawyer would reach out to you, or would it be like relatives reaching out to you? And I definitely got relatives. Okay, so yep, 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, I see you. I see cooperation from there. Um, Now, I just want to rephrase, and I want to check if you should still hire a lawyer instead of you showing up directly. Well, the cards are telling me if you don't feel like doing it, if you don't feel very positive about it, don't do it. But the cards with the Star card in reverse are telling me that you would be fine with just hiring a lawyer. You know, we're just, if you don't feel confident, or maybe you don't feel confident on maybe a specific lawyer that you're looking at or that you will be looking at, you'll be fine. Like if there's a thing where, you start talking to a lawyer and you're like, I don't know if I should hire this guy specifically, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. They're all dysfunctional and I can't stand them. Yeah, if I were you, I would go ahead and do it. And with the Star card in reverse, Star card, whether it's upright or reverse, is a good card. It's only that when it's in reverse, it's just telling you that you might not feel positive about it, but the universe will show you otherwise, that we were just being pessimistic in a situation where things were actually going to go our way anyway. So that card is basically telling you might not feel very positive about it, but there will be a positive result. It's confirmation when that card is in reverse, that although we might not feel confident about our decision or about what we're doing, but things will go well. It's confirmation of that. Okay. So, will you receive your entire inheritance in October? No. Will it be sporadic? Like, let's just say maybe, do we see, anything about the process? Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a thing that you're going to receive entirely, in October, but let's go ahead and see. Will you have the entirety of your inheritance from your grandmother anytime between now and the end of 2025? I got a yes. Yes, especially with the Virgo. I feel like the Virgo is going to be your problem. Keep your communication with the Virgo, because I feel like he's going to try to be uncooperative. And I think part of it too is going to be because he wants attention and he wants to reunite with you. So in a way, like, I feel like it's him being selfish, but I feel like he mainly is going to be kind of prolonging things or getting in the way of things, simply because he wants you around. And it's kind of his way of having you around or sticking around. But I do think you will have the entirety of whatever your inheritance is by the end of the year. Okay? Any other questions? All right, so we have Three of Cups in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, Five of Pentacles in reverse, the Chariot, Five of Swords, and we end the reading with Death in reverse. Hi, Michael Drexler. If you're interested in a reading, you're more than welcome to send a donation of at least $5 per question, and you can send it through PayPal or Cash App. You'll see the information down below. Thank you, Michael. All right, so, oh, and in the bottom of the deck, you do have the Empress. All right. So, well, the cards are telling me it would increase, and it would be a significant increase. As a matter of fact, the cards are telling me that you guys will be very happy with how comfortable you guys are. I see a lot of happiness, but the cards are telling me too. Yeah, if I were you, I'd do it. The cards are telling me, well, I mean, you're still going to make money with XRP, but if you want to go ahead and use H-bar, yeah, I see even more money for you, even more abundance. I would say yes. Any other questions? $100,000, like 100K or 100? All right. So one card actually flew out as I was picking out your cards. I do have right here the Page of Swords in reverse that flew out. In the bottom of the deck, we do have the Lovers in reverse, and we have the High Priestess in reverse, Five of Cups, the Empress in reverse, Ace of Swords, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Two of Swords in reverse. Yes, it will. It will be $100 per coin by the end of this year. Yes. Or at least by New Year's Day, for sure. How exciting. We're seeing it grow. $100 per coin sounds like a lot. $589 per coin. Will it reach 589 per coin in 2026? I got a definite yes. And as a matter of fact, you're going to feel really hasty. I wouldn't doubt it if once it, yeah. Yeah. Nine of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Yeah. It will in 2026. And you're going to feel so hasty. Be careful. I mean, the money is yours anyway, but to do whatever you want. But yeah, the cards are telling me it will turn into 589 by 2026 per coin. Yeah, and with the Page of Wands, I just see you being so, like, happy about it, but the first thing I see you do is, like, feeling hasty with it. Be careful, okay? All right. Perfect. Perfect. That's not entirely hasty. Not hasty at all because it's a business dream of yours. Any other questions? I will literally go over there. Yeah, totally. Especially if this is not a seasonal thing and it's a continuous retreat that you're going to be running all year, fuck, I'll go over there. Shit. Especially with how things are getting really crazy over here in the United States. I think I'm going to say no to that. Uh-huh. Speaking of which, has anybody seen that the Trump South Park episode? I haven't seen it. I've just seen like clips of it. And now he's threatening people that if they watch it, that they're going to be sent to El Salvador prison. How funny. We're literally turning into North Korea here. Yeah, so this new South Park episode came out and it's all over the news. It's like it's super viral and they made fun of Trump and the whole Epstein files things, which I know you've been watching I'm sure you've been watching the news lately about, him not wanting to expose anybody, and no list all of a sudden. And, yeah, it's because of so it's related to all of that and just recent stuff that has been happening on the news. And now he came out on TV saying that, if anyone here watches it, he's going to deport us to the El Salvador prison. Oh, I already knew he wasn't going to. Like, why would he jeopardize himself? And even if he did it, like, because he's in that circle, it would just fuck with him, And of course, he's not going to fuck with the people of his circle. I mean, those are the people he works with, that he makes negotiations with, and the people he surrounds himself with, right? But I saw clips of it. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, dude, if it's year round, and you're hooking it up, shit, I'll go over there. I could do my tarot readings anywhere, you know? So, tarot reading part is not a problem, you know? But if you're willing to give me a yoga salary, being over there and everything, you already know I'm over there. I'm there. Can't wait to see how it will look like. That would be so cool. I can't wait to see how you have it, how, you know, you're going to put it together, the colors, the style, everything, architecture. Are you going to hire an architect? Oh my goodness. Anyway, so let's go ahead and see, what was this question? Well, okay, so as far as value in total, would it total up to 300K? Not just in money, but also property, probably things that she's probably going to give you. Who knows? She might give you jewelry for the wifey. Who knows? Who knows? If she was that kind of woman, you know, that liked her diamonds, her emeralds, her gold. That stuff can be worth a pretty penny. So, permaculture gardens. All right. All right. Looking forward to that. All right, 5 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles in reverse, 3 of Wands, Strength, 8 of Cups, and in the bottom of the deck as the overall theme, you do have the 9 of Pentacles. So will it total up to at least 300,000 or more? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. It will. I got a definite yes, as a matter of fact. That sounds amazing. I think that's great. And you had really good cards too. You also had the King of Cups, which I feel like, because it was also next to the 8 of Cups, I wouldn't even call this an issue. I think this is just going to be more of a thing where I feel like once you get everything, you're going to be like, okay, well, this is my exit now. I don't really need anything anymore from these people, right? But I feel like once you get the money, though, or you get all of the inheritance or everything's put under your name fully, I think part of you is going to be like, oh, feels horrible in a way. Like, even though this is something that you've dreamed about and have wished for, I just see that part of you is going to feel a little sad of parting ways. When is my next live? Next Thursday, July 31st. Okay, so for next month, it's going to be the same. Full moon, new moon, and Sabbath is when I will be doing live streams. Okay, and once I catch up with the horoscopes for the rest of the year, which is what my plan is, then I will go back to doing my $5 live streams Monday through Friday like I was doing. And yeah. Any other questions for me, Taco? Sweet. Well, it's already up. It's already up on YouTube. You can see when it is. You'll send some photos. Of course, you can always send them to my email. That'll be great. Well, thank you so much, Taco, for coming in. Don't forget to like the live stream, and I hope to see you again very soon. Thank you. And I'm not surprised that all this stuff is surfacing up during retrograde, really. All right, I'll see you on the 31st, July 31st, 4 p.m. Pacific time. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for coming in. I will be doing another live stream July 31st. Take care, blessed be, namaste, and I'll see you guys next time.